What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I really hope you're doing well. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you for stopping by as ever. If you haven't done so already, if you could hit the subscribe button, if you could like the video for me as well, because that helps with the algorithm. Any comments that you want to make on what I've got to say today, then feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. So, a week earlier than planned, but it would appear that the retained list for 24-25 season is now out from Leeds United. So let's have a quick look. There's a couple of surprises in there, I would probably say. So starting off, following players triggered a one-year contract extension clause within his contract, and that's gone to Sam Byram. I think we all knew that was a no-brainer and that was going to happen. Yes, he's probably on reduced money, but he's a solid, reliable player, and he was last season very, very good for us. So, you know, I'm pleased about that. I'm happy about that. We now get into the released section. So we now have Charlie Allen, Luke Ayling, Lewis Bates, Keenan Carroll, Stuart Dallas, Cuba Diobi, Scott Godden, Ian Pervader, Morton Spencer, Harvey Sutcliffe, and Daniel van der Heuvel. Luke Ayling and Stuart Dallas we're aware of. Luke Ayling's now gone to Middlesbrough. Stuart Dallas obviously retiring. Bate, yeah, always a slight disappointment with Bate because there's a player in there, but he's just not going to get the game time that we thought or that we would like him to get to be able to sort of get his way into the team. Looking at it as well, following players have been offered new contracts by the club, and this is where I think the surprise comes in. So you've got Harry Christie, Cody Drama, Joseph Snowden, Luca Thomas. Now, looking at that, which name do you think is the surprise inclusion in that? I think we all know it's Cody Drama. It's a really, really weird one for me, this, because we all liked him. There's potential there with him, etc., so on and so forth. And it's just how do we all feel about it, I think, more than anything. We definitely need a right-back. Is Drama the right person for that right-back? He hasn't proven himself to be that person yet. I would probably say he's probably on the last knockings there, but you know, fair play to him. There's something there. I think there's something there that Farke likes potentially, but this is the season that he's really got to show it. What I don't want to happen is that I don't want him to be given a new contract and then just basically go out on loan. If he's going to be given a new contract, I want to see if we can actually integrate him into the squad properly and if he can do a job. I mean, he did it at Luton. Why can't he do it with us? Is it just the weight of the shirt for him? I don't know. It's one of those strange things. And then we get into the controversial section. Is the club is in talks with the following players about extending their contracts. So number 1, Liam Cooper. Number 2, Jamie Shackleton. Now, I've already seen it on Twitter. Everybody is, you know, kind of losing their shit a little bit already because Liam Cooper is going to be is potentially in talks about extending his contract by another year. Now, the one thing that I do want to say about this is that it potentially makes a lot of sense. He isn't going to be starting 100%. However, his level of experience in terms of being part of the old guard, there's an opportunity here for him to go out on a massive high with, you know, promoting the club or being involved with a promotion run for the club. So I get Liam Cooper. I actually do get it. I was on a podcast with Stats and Kev as well, and we all kind of said the same thing. Stats in particular really wanted to see Cooper be rewarded with another year on a contract. And again, for the people in the back, just in case you're not paying attention, that contract that he is potentially going to get is going to be on reduced terms, is going to be on, look, you're not going to be playing. But in terms of what people forget sometimes is what he does around the club and behind the scenes as well. So for me, yeah, it makes sense. It's something that I would probably do. The real surprise for me is Jamie Shackleton. I really thought he would be released because he needs to go and get first team football somewhere, and he really needs to go and set his marker down. Now, we all kind of thought that Shackleton would be sort of like the next Dallas, or the heir apparent, or some of us did anyways, would be the heir apparent to Dallas in terms of what he can do and what he can bring. You know, he always gives 100%. He always does really, really well. The biggest problem that Shackleton's got is that he's always injured, unfortunately. It's one of those things. He's absolutely blighted by injury. So again, it's an interesting one, but I get why I get why the club are doing that. And then obviously talking about let me just see, following players returning to parent club following the conclusion of their loans. So Jadon Anthony, yeah, makes sense. Connor Roberts, yeah, he was always going to go back to Burnley, I think, as much as we may have wanted to keep him. Now the interesting one is Joe Rodon. Now, as we all know, Tottenham have taken up the option to extend his contract by another year. Now, that's Levy being quite sensible on that basis. For me, if you read between the lines, and again, this is just my opinion, this is not me saying that this is true, what potentially could have happened here in this one is that what they may have done is they've probably had a chat in the background, and what we said is look, we don't want to register or buy him right now, because if we buy him right now, then that falls into this year's profit and sustainability figures, so which I think finish on the end of June. However, if we loan him, it's the thing that we're paying for is wages, so it doesn't affect that too much. So I think there's maybe been a conversation that's been had in the background, which is with Levy, look, you know, extend his contract for another year. We'll take him on loan again. We'll take his wages off of your hands, and you know, we'll pay X amount of pounds for him at the end of this year. That's in my head. That's what I'm thinking. Whether or not that's true, we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll just have to wait and find out. But again, I've said it before, and I've said it 9 million times. Joe Rodon is an absolute no-brainer for us. That's the one signing that we should be making 1 million trillion billion % without even thinking about it. Be it on loan for another year with an option to buy at the end of the year, or just outright. But I don't think they'll do the outright, because it'll fall into this year's profit and sustainability, which is what we don't really want it to do. And then scholars that have been offered professional contracts. So there's Connor Douglas, Ruben Lopata-White, Joseph Richards, Daniel Toulson, and Marley Wilson. And the following scholar has had a third-year scholarship option activated, which is Oscar Dorber. So those 5 players there, Douglas, Lopata-White, Richards, Toulson and Wilson, now that they've been offered professional contracts, that'll move them up, which then might move some more people up, which is then blooding the full team squad with additional players. So, you know, just throwing this out there, again, speculation. Could we be about to see the Gray brothers play in the first team for the first time, which would be quite interesting. So that's going to do it. Real quickly, I just wanted to get this down, get it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Liam Cooper, Jamie Shackleton, yeah, a bit of a shock, but I understand it. The big one for me is Cody Drama. I really did not expect that one. If you've not subscribed to the channel, if you could do, the big thing for the algorithm, if you could like the video for me, I'd really appreciate that. Any comments that you've got, please feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And yeah, take care of each other, and we will see you all on the next one. Cheers.